everybody thinks that I'm okay. Sometimes I think I am too. I'm on the outside looking in, I'm waiting for the shockwaves to begin. Oh, won't you let me hold you for one time? Just a rainy day in a London cafe, a London cafe. So give me one last serenade. Say to me or swear at me till the night turns into day. And it was a shame when daylight faded, because we didn't notice at all.
We're going to Greece.
Oh, yeah?
1, 2, 3, 4.
And by we, I mean the whole family.
Oh.
Who wants souvlaki?
Paging souvlaki. Anybody by the name of souvlaki on this flight?
Hello, I'm Sophia Jessica, and welcome to the Fan Carpet.
Marc, nice to meet you.
You too, Paul. How are you?
Jolly well, thank you. Magnificent beard. I'm sure everybody tells you that.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer than I usually keep it, but you know, it's yeah. I just I like it. It's, although I probably do need to start trimming it because of the work, because of the heat wave that we're having in London at the moment. So
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not there. I'm there. I'm in London every other month. So, but I'm not a fan of the heat. So I can't say I'm not glad to miss this weekend. Go and see the movie again in an AC theatre. That's what I would say.
Yeah, or just have all my fans blasting while I'm watching at home, because when the weather's like this, I just like staying at home.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's just with all my fans on. So yeah. Anyway, so it's wonderful to speak to you. So this is the third in the series of My Big Fat Greek Wedding. So, and you've been a part of it since the beginning. So has it always, as a storyteller and a filmmaker as yourself, was it always a conscious choice to finally take it to Greece?
Yes, Nia had actually written this story years and years and years ago, and it for a variety of reasons had just taken a while to get to the point where we were ready to make it. But yeah, it was always a huge desire of hers, and I thought just a great idea, particularly for a third movie, to go back to the homeland. Just felt like the right way to finish it off.
Until you make the fourth one.
I couldn't possibly comment.
Well, I hope you make a fourth one because I like these films.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, they're just fun. I mean, the chemistry, like so many years now since the first one, is still the same between Nia and John. So
sure.
For them to lead the film, and obviously with the way the story goes, they're kind of transitioning towards the younger characters. Was that like kind of always something that was seen for the because it's all about the because it's essentially all about family, and
right,
and Nia becomes part of, like, the head of the family at the end. So was that always like a conscious thing to see that progression?
Well, sort of yes and no, in the sense that, you know, over 20 years, it was organic as much as anything else. And obviously the nature of families. And we also, as you know, we bring in older characters as well. So the balance, we've always tried to have a bit of a balance. But yeah, it's just the nature of the ebb and flow of family life. So sort of art imitates life, I guess, ultimately. Sorry, it's a bit of a feeble answer to a good question, but all we've ever tried to do is reflect family.
Okay.
So,
that's awesome. You managed to do it, and you struck it for the third time in a row. So with this series, so Filming on location in Greece, what was that? Are there any moments that you mentioned that you don't really like the heat? So is that something that you kind of had to like not do as much, or like go and just like
Oh, with
bask in the sun?
it was very important to Nia to shoot in Greece. She wanted it to feel very authentic, and we could have shot, as I mentioned a couple of times to other folk. There's plenty of places in the world that double Greece, or at least you can shoot elegantly to do that. But it was very important to her to shoot in Greece, and I spent a lot of my early life in Greece, and a lot of where we shot on the homeland, not the island, was actually Rafina, which is somewhere I spent a lot of my early life. So it was all delightfully surreal, and I think there's obviously a nostalgic element to this, and that was again part of that was about being authentic with the nostalgia. So I think it all feels hopefully quite real.
Yeah, it does. And I guess it obviously means quite a lot to you, being that this is a place that you spent a lot of your early life in. Like to see that realized on screen.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do think that's one of the reasons why I was drawn to the original script. I mean, it was a brilliant script, but I think maybe partly because I knew that culture so well from being a young kid. I recognized so much of the characters there. I'm sure that was partly it, but also, as people have kindly acknowledged, it is just about family. It doesn't matter what nationality, what religion, what creed. Family is family is family, and that's all we've tried to do is just reflect that in the movies.
Absolutely, and you do it so well. And so, can you talk about some of the decisions with the casting? Because there's not a weak link in the bunch. I watched it a couple of days ago, and they just all have so much fantastic chemistry together. Was that chemistry reflected off screen as well as on?
Yeah, well, firstly, I would say I can't take any credit for that. Nia has excellent instincts when it comes to casting, so that's all happily on her. And everybody got on great, just because part of it is, when you're making a movie, you're kind of on vacation anyway. But people were so excited to be a part of this that yeah, it was just a totally happy experience.
Awesome. And that comes through in the film. So what you're hoping the audience will take away from the film when they see it?
I mean, truthfully, mate, just that, just to be reminded, not that folk need reminded, that's a bit patronizing of me, that family is all, and love is all, and hope and love and family conquer all. But at the end of the day, I just hope they've had a really satisfying time, because it's a fun ride. But as you know, it is more. We take an emotional avenue at the end here, which is also, I think and hope, very life affirming. But I just hope that they come out of it feeling that they've spent their money well and that they had a good time. I'm just grateful that people go.
Awesome. And I know it hasn't been announced yet, and it probably won't be until after the strike's over and all that. But do you have a dream scenario of what could happen in the fourth installment, if there is one?
No, I'm not a believer in tempting fate. I'm just hoping that people will go and see this movie, and if they go and they enjoy it, then maybe there's a conversation to be had with the fourth. But I'm just grateful we got here.
Awesome. Yeah, me too. Because like I say, I've watched all of them. I enjoy them all. So what are you working on next? That you're allowed to talk about? That kind of
I've
might
just
be a bit of a tricky question.
I've just finished a movie called Last Breath in Malta, based on a documentary about a diving accident in the North Sea, and then just spinning plates like everybody in my game, trying to get the next movie set up. But as you say, the strikes at the moment have put, you know, the breakers on a little bit there. So you know, I've got plenty going on, but we can't move into third gear on anything else until the strikes are sorted out. So it's all a bit frustrating, and of course very frustrating for everybody, you know, working, frustrating for crew folk, and it's just generally a frustrating time, but is what it is, and you know, it'll get figured out
sooner rather than later, I hope. But congratulations to the film. It's a wonderful entry into a wonderful franchise, and I hope it continues.
It's very kind of you, Mark. Thank you. I really appreciate both you seeing it and taking the time here.
Absolutely, no worries. Well, you look after yourself and stay cool.
Nice to meet you. Thanks, mate.
Take care. You too. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more content next time.
We got these families. You show what you can do. I hear a siren. Maybe you were wrong about me. I'm dangerous and still.
I'm here on the largest of the Balearic Islands, Mallorca, with the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean Sea, beautiful mountainous landscape, the thriving city of Palma, quaint little market towns, a growing number of luxury hotels. It's no surprise that the likes of Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor like to holiday here. So come and join me as I take you round Mallorca.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can